We have breaking news to go over today as the New York Jets have just made the perfect signing, adding on a veteran player who's not only going to bring some serious talent, but also depth to the New York Jets while helping out young players. Well, the Jets have also found a future star as a diamond in the rough from a trade that they made a couple months back that is now proven to be another incredible steal by Darren Mougey, similar to the Jarvis Brownlee Jr. deal as well. We're going to go over all of this and much more, guys. There's a lot to talk about on the Jets, but before we jump into it, if you're part of that 71% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Jets update. We have videos coming out every single day on Jets Digest that you don't want to miss out on. We're having a ton of fun on this channel going over everything New York Jets. If you don't want to miss a Jets update, this is the place to be. But let's jump into the video, guys. There is a lot to talk about right now, as Darren Mougey just made a perfect move for this Jets team. We've seen Mougey be very good at picking up diamonds in the rough type of guys. I mean, the Brandon Stevens signing has worked out just so well. We've seen it with Jarvis Brownlee Jr. We've seen the Jets go out there and make some sneaky trades. One of them we're going to get into in a little bit, but this was a signing, as the Jets have brought in a two-time Super Bowl champion who won 2 Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs, and a veteran who is going to help out this Jets team so much in multiple different ways, while also giving a great look for them. Now, Tom Pelissero revealed the news that the veteran defensive tackle Khalen Saunders is expected to sign with the Jets. The 2-time Super Bowl champion is the latest veteran addition in New York, where Aaron Glenn is working to build the culture. I know that says Jordan Schultz. This was announced by Tom Pelissero, where Schultz said this: veteran defensive tackle Khalen Saunders has received strong interest from multiple teams, including the Ravens, Colts, Jets, and Cardinals, since being released by the Jaguars, and then he'll begin taking visits and is expected to sign sooner rather than later. It didn't take long for Saunders to ultimately decide to sign with the Jets, and that is over the Ravens and the Colts, 2 teams that are true contenders. The Ravens obviously 5-5, but trying to contend, and also playing the Jets this week does give them a good chance to get back on track. But as Michael Nania mentioned about Saunders, across 2 seasons in New Orleans, Saunders started 27 of his 30 games, racking up 100 tackles, and the 6-foot, 324-pound defensive tackle is best known for his abilities against the run. Since 2023, over half of Saunders' snaps, 51.4% exactly, came on run plays. Saunders joins a Jets defensive tackle room that lacks depth since trading All-Pro Quinnen Williams at the deadline. In the team's most recent game, Jowon, Briggs, and Harrison Phillips got the start against the Patriots, while Mougey, Smith, and Jay Tufele backed them up. So now Saunders steps in, giving the Jets an excellent run defender when they needed one after losing Quinnen Williams via trade, or trading Quinnen Williams away for multiple draft picks, and obviously Mougey Smith as well, but I love this for the Jets. I love this for so many reasons. One, it helps them play better football. I said this on my most recent video regarding Tyrod Taylor and the Jets, because Tyrod's now the starting quarterback. If you haven't seen that, go check out my video on that. But with the Jets right now, Aaron Glenn's job is not to get the first overall pick. It's to win as many games as possible so he doesn't get fired. He could get fired if the Jets finish with 2 wins on the season. If they go 2-15, which I don't expect them to, I think they're going to beat the Saints because, of course, they will. If they go 2-15, there's a real world where Glenn gets fired. Glenn doesn't want to get fired. He wants to coach the Jets for the next 20 years, as he always says. To do that, he has to show that this team has potential to turn it around, so next season there could be some good that happens. Also, that makes it easier to be good down the line, as more veterans will be willing to come to a team that looks like they're undergoing a culture change. Bringing in Saunders signals that they're at least making a very good attempt at this culture change, which was mentioned by Pelissero, that the Jets, Aaron Glenn is trying to flip the culture around. Darren Mougey's obviously trying to do the same thing as the GM. This is a move that shows, hey, we were just able to get a guy who signed with the Jets over 2 contending teams. That is an excellent look. A guy who has played in the playoffs and obviously didn't start either of these playoff games, but did get a sack in the playoffs on his way to a Super Bowl, and also finished with 5 tackles, and also, again, played excellent football. I mean, he played 16 games with the Kansas City Chiefs in 2022. He didn't start, but he still finished with 3.5 sacks, the most he had in a season. And again, he's a run defender, so we're not here to see him get a ton of sacks. But he finished with 48 tackles, and in the next 2 years got 57 and 43 tackles while starting 27 of his 30 games. He also got an interception at one point and returned that for 37 yards, which is just cool because whenever you see a defensive tackle do that, it's just like, yeah, nice. It's fun. It's fun to see them get their moments. I played on the defensive line in high school when I played football. That's why I'm so partial to, I was a defensive end, but still, I'm partial to when the big man goes and gets a pick. But look, the point is, the Jets bring in a guy who has been an NFL mainstay for 7 years now. On top of that, the Jets now bring in someone who knows how to win, knows what winning teams are like, knows how winning teams operate. He is going to help with that. He's going to help with the culture. When he signed with the Jets, there was definitely some sort of discussion that he had where Saunders was being told, hey, you understand what we're doing here. You see what's going on. We need you to try to help out with this, while also you're going to get a lot of chances to show prospective teams in a couple of months that you belong to be a starting NFL defensive tackle. The Jets will likely give Khalen Saunders, they'll probably give him some starts, but on top of that, he's going to get a whole lot of burn out there where he'll continue to get contracts. He only played in 2 games this season for the Jaguars, so he's looking to try to stick around, playing on the Jets, playing well, showing he can be a nice veteran for younger guys to lean on, especially when most of these defensive tackles on the Jets, not Harrison Phillips, of course, but like the rest of them, are mostly younger guys who are trying to find their way in the NFL. Khalen Saunders can grab them and be like, hey, this is what you need. This is the attitude you have to have. This is what we want from you. This is a signing that gives the Jets a talented run stopper who will be a veteran leader instantly, like what they're doing with Harrison Phillips. The Jets want veterans on this team so they can kind of talk to these young guys and say, well, this is what's expected of you. This is how you be an NFL player. This is how you stay in the NFL. The Jets being able to get this guy and get him to go to the Jets and do this over going to the Colts, who are phenomenal defense, obviously, of Sauce Gardner as well now, it's really, really impressive they were able to pull this off. I'm really proud of the Jets for doing this. And fans are too, saying, why do good players sign with terrible organizations? Which, fair question. The Jets are a terrible organization still. Aaron Glenn saying, we're the freaking New York Jets. We're built for this. Obviously, that little gif right there. And on top of that, the Jets must have been the team that offered him the most money. But the thing is, he's getting the same amount of money anywhere he gets offered. The Jets right now, they went out there and brought in a veteran, and he is going to be doing everything that you could possibly want out of him. Now, on top of that, the Jets have also found a future star defensive tackle who now Saunders and Phillips can sort of help mentor, because he's been an under-the-radar guy who has shown he is absolutely ready for bigger moments with the Jets in the NFL. As the young Jowon Briggs has thrived since the Quinnen Williams trade, as Michael Nania mentioned, while the veteran Phillips is a reliable run defender, Smith and Tufele, though, have struggled throughout their NFL careers. New York hopes that Saunders can help strengthen a run defense that ranks 20th in yards allowed per attempt at 4.3 this season. Now on Briggs, acquired by Mougey in a late August trade, the 24-year-old had established himself as a solid rotational piece over his first 8 games in green. Briggs was already known as one of Mougey's best pickups in his short Jets tenure. Mougey swapped a 2026 6th-round pick for a 2026 7th-round pick to acquire Briggs, who was a 7th-round pick of the Browns in 2024. Starting his rookie year on the practice squad, Briggs did not get onto the field until Cleveland's final 6 games. Once active, he displayed efficient run-stopping production with his limited opportunities. There wasn't much pass rush production to speak of, as Briggs had no sacks and only 4 total pressures via Pro Football Focus, but he racked up 13 tackles in just 133 snaps, showing his knack for finding the ball in the run game. Briggs also had a dominant pair of run-stopping games in the 2025 preseason, and on top of that, Briggs' snap count actually didn't increase much in the Jets' first game without Quinnen Williams. He played 41% of the snaps against Cleveland, just his 4th highest mark of the year. But as a reward for his breakout game, the Jets pumped him up to a season-high 60% snap count against New England, 12% above his previous high. Handling a season-high snap count on a short week against an elite offensive team, this was the perfect opportunity for Briggs to prove that his pass rush progress is legitimate. Briggs backed up his 6-pressure game with another 5 pressures against the Patriots, coming on 25 pass rush snaps for a 20% pressure rate. We're seeing Briggs break out before our eyes and become someone who the Jets can lean on going forwards. Jowon Briggs, 6'1", 313 pounds, is an absolute monster who does have 2 sacks this year and 8 solo tackles, which is the majority of what he's done this season. Also forced a fumble. He looks very good. He looks like someone who's going to stick around that Jets rotation with their defensive tackles. And we just see it here that Jowon Briggs was the league leader in Week 10, led all NFL pass rushers with a 42.9 pass rush win back a few days ago. Per PFF, this is as well. We saw Briggs look phenomenal for Week 10. He was one of the best defensive tackles that week. We're seeing the Jets have a breakout talent, and on top of that, we're seeing this team really start to get things going. Things look better than they did a couple days ago for the Jets. I know they lost to the Patriots. I know they're not going to do anything this year. I know they're not going 9-8 or anything. And they're probably not going to get the first pick because they're not that bad. They obviously had the terrible start, but they are 2-2 in their last 4 games, 2-3 in their last 5. Like, they're going to beat the Saints. We know the Jets are not winning that first overall pick game. By winning, I mean losing. So, with that in mind, I do expect the Jets to continue to try to win as many football games as possible. Yeah, it's going to impact their decision to try to get Fernando Mendoza, but at the same time, we're going to see what happens with the Jets, and we're going to keep you updated on everything, so make sure to be subscribed. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single Jets update. Like the video. Have a great day. Go Jets.